It's a
Did you know there's a man too big for the NFL? This is John Crine. He stands at 7 feet tall and is so big he can't stand up on his own, but has the strength of 3 NFL players. And that's just one of the 12 unbelievable players I gotta show you. Like this NFL quarterback who weighed even more at 560 pounds. This D1 football player who is completely blind. Or this 4-foot tall running back who's so good he plays D1 football. And first, let's talk about the football player with half a body. This is Dave Stevens, and from the second he was born, his life was rough, because not only was he born without legs, but his mom put him up for adoption immediately. Now, he could have let all that get to his head, but instead, he wanted to do the impossible. So in high school, he made the wrestling, baseball, and football teams. Yeah, he'd run on his hands in baseball. In wrestling, opponents had trouble getting a hold of him. And in football, he'd latch onto his opponent's legs. In fact, he was so good at sports, he broke multiple state records. But even with all that, he still had doubters.
I talked to a Yankee scout, and he said, there's no really reality of you ever getting in. The odds are 30 trillion to 1 because guys with legs don't make it, and they have to be the best. You have to be the best in the world, which means you have to be 10 times best. And I just said, well, you can't take my dream away from me.
But by the 1980s, Dave became the only legless college athlete in the world when he played for Augsburg University football, baseball, and wrestling teams. But despite already proving everyone wrong, Dave had his eyes set on something much bigger, the NFL. And one day in 1990, Dave got the call. It was the Dallas Cowboys, asking if he wanted to come down for a tryout.
As he sat waiting for his turn at the Cowboy Open tryout yesterday, Dave Stevens looked a lot like the others who were there, chasing their dream of the NFL.
It makes me feel lucky seeing him, but yeah, it inspires me a lot. Yeah, it gave me chills up my spine. I talked to some of the players that was trying out. They felt the same way.
Indeed they did, evidenced by the spontaneous applause when Dave finished his first 40-yard dash.
Today it meant a lot because these are a lot of guys that have the same dreams as I do. And it kind of gave me chills up my spine. I kind of stopped, and it just was like, you know, that's a lot of respect.
Now, while he didn't make the NFL, he did get a job at ESPN as a reporter, covering some of the most historic sporting events. Yeah, this man's done more with no legs than I have with 2. But this next player's missing both of his eyes, and somehow made it onto a D1 college team. See, this is Jake Olson, and when he was just 8 months old, he was diagnosed with a rare cancer that caused him to lose his right eye. And then when he was 12, he lost his
And then I said,
okay,
hold on, I get to skip the counter and pick my car as a Gold Plus Rewards member? Sign me up for that.